Are you tired of your game looking so dull? Are you tired of not being able to see that sweaty rose skin in the corner? Are you just tired of your game looking like a piece of garbage? Well, look no further, guys, because I'm gonna be showing you guys how you guys can get your game from looking like this to looking like this, which is so much better, so much appealing to the eyes. And this is all on console, guys. This is all on my PlayStation 4, guys. Keep in mind, like, this doesn't have to, you don't have to have a computer to make it look this way, but there are some things that computers definitely help with. So with that being said, I'm not gonna go too much into the intro. I'm gonna go ahead and get straight to the tips for you guys. But before we actually get to it, let me just real quick make a disclaimer that, like I said, PC does help quite a bit with the color settings, and that is going to help you guys out a lot. If you guys do have a computer, computers will help filter out a couple filters and make your game look better. But there are also some ways you guys can do it without a PC. So with that being said, let's go straight into the first tips. All right, guys, so as we go on these tips, I'm going to go ahead and just make it, make the game for me look how it would look for most of you guys that have just got the game or just installed it. We're going to go ahead and turn down the saturation from my, my extra filters I have going on. So that's my Elgato, and then also my OBS settings. I'm going to go ahead and just turn those off real quick, and bam. So now we're, this is looking a little more realistic, okay? This is looking probably close to how it looks for you guys. And I'll show you guys some ways you guys can actually make this look better. So first thing you guys can actually do, if you guys go to your settings, you go to your general settings, you guys can actually change your color blind type. Okay, this does have a couple effects on your monitor. Depending on what your monitor looks like, or depending on how your eyes work, this could look better for you guys or worse. I personally used to use Tritanopia before I actually got all my settings, my monitor and stuff like that. When I was very new, I used to actually use this. But obviously, now that I have other ways to do it, I actually don't need it anymore, so I don't really use this too much. But guys, try these out. Try out each one. As you guys can see, each of these different settings does have a very slight effect on how things look. You can make your games look different. You can make your enemies look different. And it could make it easier for you guys to see enemies or, overall just objects in the game. Now, unfortunately, guys, that is pretty much the only thing you can do in game when it comes to console that will make your game look better. However, we actually have some other things you guys can do outside of Warzone to actually make your game look way better as well. So if you guys actually go into your monitor or TV settings, you guys can actually play around with your color settings as well. I know a lot of people actually know this, but there's actually quite a few people that don't know this. You can actually go ahead and play with your settings in your monitor. You guys can actually make your game look a lot better. Trust me, there's so many filters, especially if you guys have a gaming monitor. If you guys have a gaming monitor, you're in luck, because typically they actually have more settings than regular displays. But even a lot of TVs nowadays actually have a lot of different settings you guys can tweak around with, brightness, sharpness, color keys, color corrections, things like that. You have a lot of different settings you guys can actually toggle with. You guys can find a lot of great ways to actually make your game look 10 times better. Most TVs and monitors actually have presets already made that allow you to look around. You get to try out different modes. They have game modes, movie modes, theater modes, different time. You guys can try those out. I definitely recommend it, guys. You guys can find out a lot of new cool ways to make your game look super better. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick example real quick what I mean by your TV displays. Let's say I had some sort of saturation setting on my monitor. Obviously, you guys can't actually see my monitor, so it's quite irrelevant for me to toggle that. But to just give you guys a representation of what it would look like if I was to have some sort of saturation or color vibrance option on my monitor, and if I was to turn it up, as you guys can see, just how on the screen is getting better and more, color, the same thing would happen to your monitor. As as I'm turning it up, the game just starts to look more and more vibrant. All right, guys, so that's pretty much all you really can do for your monitor and for your game. But if you guys do have a Elgato HD60 capture card and computer, then we can make some things happen. All right, guys, welcome to my computer. This is my computer. As you guys can see, there's my logo. Cool. But right here, this is actually my Elgato capture card software. Okay, so if you guys have a computer, if you guys do have an Elgato HD60 Pro, you guys can do a lot within this. But I'm going to full screen this real quick. And I'm gonna show you guys what we're doing here. So if you actually go to this little gear icon right here, it will actually show you some picture settings you guys can actually apply to this. And guys, this is the crazy part about it. When you actually apply these settings in the game or on this computer, it's going to show up on your screen as well for when you're playing. It's pretty crazy. So we're going to just turn this up. If we turn up the saturation, as you guys can see, the game instantly just gets much more colorful. Play around with this. As you guys can see, it changes from back to forth. So that is one way I actually make my game look a lot more colorful. And then of course we use OBS, which is also my other software, my recording software that I actually use to make the videos. We have filters running on these as well. So if I was actually go to my gameplay, as you guys can see here, This is actually the game right here. If you actually go to the Elgato filters, you guys can't actually see the filters I'm doing right now, but if I actually go ahead and turn these on to, you can actually see them. As you guys can see, the game instantly looks a lot better. This is what it looks like with the filters on through OBS. As I said, I actually run filters through OBS, and that actually makes it look a lot better. But yeah, guys, these are pretty much the settings I use for this. This is what I do. I use my OBS, Elgato with a mixture of my monitor settings to make it look way, way better. For those of you guys that are wondering, what I do in OBS, just go to filters, go to your Elgato filters, and just go add some like color correction, some saturation, stuff like that, some brightness, and that's really all I do. And just like that, guys, that's pretty much how you take your game from looking much more dull to much, much better. That's pretty much all I have for you guys in today's tutorial. If I do find out any other better ways, all right, guys, so that's pretty much all there is to it, guys. If I do find out any better ways you guys can actually make your game look colorful, I will definitely let you guys know. I got you. I'm your boy with that kind of stuff. I'll definitely make sure I hit you guys up with the information. But yeah, with that being said, that's pretty much all there is to it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If this helped you guys out, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and post notifications so you guys don't miss any more very informative videos like this in the future. And yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.